Hello, dear viewers. You at show Shalom from Olive Tree. I'm your host, Galina Kuptsova, and my guest, as always, for teaching, Serge Kuptsov. Hi, Serge. How are you?
Hello, my dear. Hello.
You doing good?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to talk today to touch the subject about the Ephraim and Manasseh. We will just figure out what is it, why is it so important to talk about Ephraim and Manasseh. Because some of the people, they believe in the churches and doing the teaching, this is the church. But we disagree about this. All right?
Yeah.
Let's start.
Let's go, yeah. Manasseh and Ephraim, where they come from, we should remember the story in the Bible. Their father Joseph, was betrayed by his own family, his own brothers, jealousy, all this because he is beloved one.
Yep.
And they sold him to the slavery. And he got a position as a second one in huge, biggest social empire, whatever, in the world. As Egypt, he was second to the Pharaoh. And all the things are really interesting. It's like a prototype of Yeshua. He's a second to God,
Yep.
Can we say this? And Yeshua today is not in love in many Jewish tribes who doesn't know his actual first coming. He never came as a church preaching today for salvation. Salvation is a part of the message he brought, but it's not the main one. Yeshua brought the message to build the kingdom. All the good news, gospel for pastors who preaching today, for all these doctors and professors, New Testament proves, and everywhere you're reading, there is a Yeshua came with the gospel of kingdom.
Amen.
No salvation. Within salvation you have within the kingdom you have a salvation, of course. Yeah, you're saved there from the darkness, from the dangers of the world. Okay?
Yeah.
And we're talking about, he came through all the things, in the high rank official guy in Egypt, Potiphar, false accusations, Interesting, you've been in false accusation at the beginning, and me.
Yeah.
The same story. And he get into prison, and darkness and all the stuff. And he had his gift he used, and he opened the meaning of the dream about 7 years of abundance and famine, and he was eventually so skillful as a leader, second to the Pharaoh. In time of abundance, he prepared for famine, and all for famine. He prepared for famine. Can we say spiritual, whatever,
And look at this, how he's successful in a strange land.
Yeah,
yes,
we're going to talk about
land.
this. And
all right.
And all the nations at that time were coming to the Egypt for the food, because of this guy. Pharaoh gave him a wife, Asenath. She the very important, so very much important small things in the Bible to read.
Yes.
And there is a second identical thing for his kids, because she was a daughter of Egyptian priest.
Yeah.
Look, the father is a Jewish, the one God, one creator, and the Jewish of Jewish, or Hebrew of Hebrews. And his wife is the daughter of an Egyptian priest. Absolutely different religion system. They're living together. That's for 5 hours preaching, why and so. And,
how are you going to raise the kids?
That's right. And the two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, with, I would say, dual identical things in them. And here we're coming to the very interesting thing. We just historically, like one lady said, we teach them Passover. She said, "Oh, it's a good historical fact in church." Yeah. It's a vital fact for any religious congregation which call them Yeshua this leader, and he came to build his kingdom again as a David did, to know what is a Passover, not a historical fact. Historical fact, many things church does is historical fact, which doesn't work at all. Some things you see, oh, there is a streets, there is a 5, 10 churches, but crime over the measurement.
Yes.
I have one answer. Your gospel doesn't work. If your gospel works, there was no crime.
Yep.
Okay, Manasseh name is healing. Yeah, he is the firstborn.
Yes.
And Ephraim is fruitful in Egypt. We've been talking with you. It's a kind of paradoxical things. Yeah, what we were gonna talk. He was fruitful in Egypt. Where is the place of slavery or whatever, you know? The first thing that was okay when father was second to God in Egypt, as a second man after Pharaoh. But the fruitful in Egypt, to be happy in the midst of suffering. To become. It's a paradoxical thing, and we're going to talk about this. To be born again, the key word again. Yeah, then the First Peter, we read that Hebrew people were born again after sacrifice of Yeshua. You are in something unbelievably, endlessly, in something happening like this, and you're happy and you are fruitful. Well, we will kind of try to talk about this more and more today. Kind of blessing of God kind of was born from hardship, yeah? For me, it's paradox.
Yeah, but they have sometimes, the woman tried to have a baby, and of course she got the baby, but baby gets sick and everything. But it's still, the woman is happy.
Yeah.
Because she got the baby and she tried to do everything for this baby.
As you said, it's unbelievable that the kind of at that time, they get a prosperity in foreign land, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, they've been born from Egyptian mother, yeah? Having spiritual Hebrew genes in them from their father, and their heritage like Hebrew, and plus they took all the things which is local in Egypt, many things, yeah. Inside, can I say inside they were Hebrew, outside they were with anything what belonged to Egypt. Cultural identity, in Manasseh and Ephraim. That's inside is Joseph, outside their mother. Saying that God promised to Jacob that there will be, after Ephraim there will be great nation. Yeah. No, let's. Jacob was taken down to Egypt. And God said, I'm going with you.
Yes.
And I will make a great nation.
Great nation.
Look, through the Ephraim, we can see like a fresh blood, yeah?
Okay.
Will be coming through the Ephraim and Manasseh, because there is, through their mother, door.
Through the mother, yes.
But it's not easy like it looks, or we can talk. Some people think, oh, it's a church. No, nothing to do with church at all, Nobody knew, especially Israel, Jacob, what is what a church and whatever it can be. He is, God promised, I will take you out of this. What we can say, it's a period of time where Israel and the 12 tribes will be growing up into the great nation. Yeah? Like a university, whatever it goes, from good to bad, good, and he talking about two sons. Jacob said, he said, they are mine. Look, we've been talking. They were grandkids
Yes.
to him, and they become a son.
Because this is Joseph's kids.
Yeah. They become a son.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have to read for me somewhere? It's where he said, "That's my sons."
All right. Just a second. This I'm just saying, who is this? Yeah. The Joseph said to his father, "This is my sons, whom God has given me here in Egypt." So he said, "Bring them to me, Jacob, please, that I may bless them." Now the eyes of Israel, the Jacob, were so dim from the age, and he couldn't see. Then Joseph brought them close to him, and he kissed them and embraced them. So he kind of, introduced them. Israel said to Joseph, "I never expected to see your face, and behold, God has let me see your children as well." Then Joseph took them from his knees and bowed down his face to the ground. Joseph took them both. Ephraim was right hand towards Israel's left, and Manasseh with his left hand toward Israel's right, close to him. But Israel stretched on his right hand and laid in the head of the Ephraim, who was younger, and his left hand on Manasseh's head, crossing his head, and almost Manasseh was firstborn. He blessed Joseph, he said, "The God before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac walked, the God who has been my shepherd all of my life to this day, the angel who has redeemed me from all evil, bless these lads, and may name live on them, and the names of the fathers Abraham and Isaac, and may grow and the multitude in midst of the earth." When Joseph, this is displeased and grace when he tried.
Okay,
to,
we can already we
yeah.
can talk. We can talk. The
Yeah.
people will find. Okay.
Yeah, it's a book of Genesis. You can check. The 47, 48.
There is many things in this not a ritual. What Jacob said. Jacob promised, and that works because look, not like today, the people writing treaty and nobody following this treaty.
Yeah.
Jacob said, and look, because he said, "This is to my sons, but you will have Joseph, my son. You will have it, kids."
Yes.
And they are through these two will be in.
We will have a portion,
Portion,
yes.
yeah. And we see Joshua. He is from Ephraim.
Yeah,
Okay.
from Ephraim.
That's promise.
Joshua
Joshua,
could,
another
went
thing.
to Promised Land.
He is choose Ephraim. That's the process of. And he said there will be great nation from after Ephraim. He's saying you're chosen. You are chosen.
Yeah.
You have a double identity, but you are chosen.
You're chosen.
But double
he gave the
identity.
title, the lucky ones. He gave title to
And
them.
another thing, he said, "My father," Abraham and Isaac. Look, that's very important because church had their own fathers.
Yes.
Saint Augustine, blah 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 blah. When church will have a and recognize that our father, not Saint Augustine or Golden Mouse or all this, excuse my French, all this wrong stuff, softly to say, which is an absolute deception. When church will say, people of the church, not organization, people, because people, all the people on the side, there is Israel, there is other nations, nothing else. There is no church in between. All this people have no idea what they're talking. They try to create things which is not ever will be working. And he said that my father, Abraham, Isaac, those who saying the church in Ephraim join Israel very easy. church has a different fathers. When church recognize and confirm that their father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and will be keeping Shabbat, study Torah, you know, you're following all the calendar, which is 12 tribes goes, and everyone will be much happier. But there is no fact like this. Church. And we're reading in Acts 15, remember, the first council to pagans to come to the covenant. After thousands of years, you know, they saying what? 4 things. Мне интересно, когда они пойдут учиться там.
Yes. Okay, this is we can find in the book of 15, book of Acts. Okay, talking about. We abstain from the things sacrificed from idols, and from blood, and from things strangled, and from fornications. If you keep yourself free from such these things, you will be doing well. And for the Moses from ancient generation has every city those who preach him, since there is read in synagogue every Sabbath.
There is no like this. You read you read a prayer of sinners, and tomorrow you're a biker, and tomorrow you're a Christian. That's absolutely baloney. It doesn't work this way. There is written process. Keep up for idolatry.
From things commendated idols.
For things which is coming gradually, people will see. You should prove that, saying that, no, I have 3 wives, and no, you should be married.
Yes.
And many things,
One wife.
Yes, you should keep kosher food, you know, and the people should see that. And when you're coming through the door, and someone meeting you and saying, pagan or the person who joined the 12 tribes or kingdom of them, coming in, they say, okay, now you're going to start to learn Moses' law.
Moses' law.
Every Shabbat.
Yes, every Shabbat.
Yeah, you're now, you know, those who saying, oh, it's a salvation for making simpler for Gentiles, blah, blah, blah. All this was wrong.
Jesus fulfilled
everything.
Wrong
terminology even, you know.
Sinner's
the
prayer.
Pagans coming in the door after sometimes.
Yes.
And they coming in, and the person saying, now Saturday you're coming to synagogue.
Yeah.
On Saturday, not on Sunday. You're coming to learn Moses' law. And we're saying, to whom? To whom Jacob chose. To be a chosen, there is a process. Yes, absolutely different things. All the Hebrew kids, they've been raising up in hardship. You know, those 2 guys, they've been it's so luxury. The father, you know, the second to Pharaoh, and the mother, Egyptian priesthood.
Yes.
There is many things like wow. And for Ephraim, we can say, he is not Hebrew, but he's Hebrew. And there is a huge paradox begins, you know. Living in Hebrew inside of being Hebrew, living in Egypt inside of being Hebrew, and if we study more and more, it's a huge paradox of going from darkness to light. That's right.
Yeah.
For many people who are not born again, but the door is open for them from this council. They are not born again.
Yes.
We should be born again. You can the key word again.
Again.
Those tribes, they were in covenant. They died. Remember, you love this to preach, teach the bones raising up. That's a 10 tribes. 10 tribes. No, but the bones again. And Ezekiel 37, 2 sticks.
Yes, Ezekiel.
That is the northern kingdom. and South Kingdom,
In South
Judah.
Kingdom, Judah,
Oh, no,
and
no
Benjamin.
church, nothing at all, because Ephraim is a son of Jacob. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He is chosen for this title. He has this title.
people who coming, who never been Hebrew, never been, they have through Ephraim this miracle.
Yes.
From dark paradox. They never been called
Yes.
to be in his kingdom. They never recognized. They've been always kind of separated Israel from. And there is suddenly, with God's mercy, you can come through Ephraim. You can come through Ephraim. Your father is a Hebrew, Joseph. You know, we should talk more. That situation can be where it's both parents are
Hebrew,
not
Hebrew.
Hebrew.
Not Hebrew, yeah.
Are not Hebrew.
Yes.
It's still allowed for them to come through 4 things, you know, and go and learn what? Not New Testament, but
So this is the
Moses' law
Yes.
every Shabbat.
This is the one how we
But
can.
why? Moses' law every Shabbat, why? To know who is Yeshua. Without Moses' law, you will never find out who is the real Yeshua is. And there is no New Testament, my Galina been studying, and they gave me this minute. With Hebrew teachers, there is only renew.
There's new covenant.
Only new covenant. Only renewed covenant.
This is, how the people can recognize you in grafted. You remember, Sergio, we're talking about?
Yeah.
This both parents not Hebrew, but if you engrafted, and you start practicing, you start studying the Moses law, you change your way of the life, observe the Shabbat, the kosher food, observe the feast, and live in a biblical calendar. This is the people can see you engrafted.
To go, like Joseph, it's our God.
Yes.
Yeah. Mother idolatry, or both parents idolatry. But you should come through the process.
You can have this title.
Yes.
You can have this title, to be engrafted, to be a believer in the God of Israel. Like we always talking about the God of Israel. Because sometimes, the people even have no idea about, okay, who is your God? Who is your God?
There is even paradox even before. I put it even before, because Jacob thought that Joseph is dead.
Yes.
But
all of a sudden, yes,
he's a second to he lived, and the second to Pharaoh. That's a huge paradox.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
In Ephraim, we should study and think about. We will talk about Manasseh. Yeah, what is with Manasseh happening?
Well, I hope we kind of put something a little bit together. Smash, because the part 1, but we definitely will be doing the part 2. We will be still talking more about who is your forefathers, the forefathers of your belief, how to be engrafted again.
In Ephraim is not a church.
And yes, and Ephraim is not the church.
Forefather different.
Yes, forefathers different. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Goodbye.